Paris Helleland kumbiles.
Khanyisa. Uthi Mike noma.
Morning class, how are you?
Morning, Ma'am
Morning,
Linda.
Class, how are you?
Good and you?
Morning, Miss Linda.
Yes, I'm okay. How are you today?
We're fine, ma'am. How are you?
No, I'm okay. I'm fine. So, okay, today we are just going to do the debate. Then after the debate, one group is going to remain in the class. I don't know how you want to go to your respective groups, it's okay, but one group can remain. Yes, one group can remain in the class. Then the other can also go to their group and now discuss the information which is wanted. Yes,
Okay.
after the debate, yes. So we'll see after that. Okay, it's 8:12. When do you want to start?
Around about 9 o'clock, ma'am.
Okay, it's fine. I'm meeting my mic till about 9. Is there any group who wants to be led in their group? Do you want
Yes,
your
ma'am.
groups?
Yes,
Okay,
we
let
want
me
our
just
groups.
to be opened. Let me ask Mr. X again with the links to open the groups. Let me ask
I
him
think
now.
we still have them from yesterday, ma'am.
Are they opened?
No, but we still have them. You can just try and open them for us.
Okay, I don't have the admin rights. Mr. X will assist us. Or Mr.
Okay.
Sponel is not on this WhatsApp, but let me ask Mr. X again.
Okay.
It's fine. Don't worry. Whatever time you open them, I will calculate how much. So let me contact him.
Go.
Okay, you can now go to your groups. We can start at 9:15, isn't? We can start at 9:15. They've been opened. Can you start at 9:15? Class, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Ma'am Linda. That's fine. We can start at
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
I
We
start.
can start at 9:15. Then we take our break later on. Today, it doesn't matter. Later on, after the debate, when you go to your groups, you discuss whether you take your breaks or you just finish the work. Okay, let's meet at 9:15. Your groups have been opened. If you have any problem, just communicate via WhatsApp. Okay, all the best.
the second one, the one that we logged in yesterday. I'm waiting on you to log in.
I expect people to be leaving and going to their groups. Sibusiso Mendese, Domikaise, Tobeka, Tenu, expect you to be leaving the meeting for now, this one. You come
Yes,
back.
ma'am. I'm trying to lock on the link so that it will just shift from this to another class.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Tanil, why do you seem like you just seen a ghost? What's wrong? Everything okay? Talk to us.
He's talking to me.
Just turned around.
Okay.
You're like, people.
Oh, you're back, eh? You're back. My apologies. I didn't know, only to see that it's 18 past. Okay, can we begin?
We are not enough yet. Only 25 people of us here. We are not enough.
I know those people have to be marked absent because later it's 19 past and they are saying you are not enough. Who are the people? Which group is that?
We don't know, man. We don't know. We're supposed to be 59 or 60 something here inside in this group. But now there's only 24 people of us, 23 of us.
Supposed to be 30 people later.
30, ne? Oh, yeah, 30. Yeah.
So let's
You know what, Lita? Yesterday I asked you to. Lita, are you group 1 or 2?
I'm group 2, Ma'am Linda.
Okay, it's fine. Group 1, I asked them to give me a list of those people who were absent, and no one gave me. So, Lita, I think we can continue. Are you saying those people who are not there are also participating in your group? Which means if they don't participate, they'll be marked absent. Because it's already 20 past 9. If yes, those 5 people, whatever, who are not there, please make a note for me. Group 1, you never gave me a list, which means you are saying yesterday, Sam Kelly and Fuyo, you are saying all the people were present in your group, which is fine. Because yesterday I said, group 1, may I please have the names of those absentees, but no one gave me. So it's okay. You meant that yesterday everyone participated. Okay, today again, if anyone doesn't participate, let me know. Okay, how do you want us to start? Can somebody just how do you want us to start group 1? Who are your group leaders, 1 and 2?
Our group leader, we chose Timeka.
Okay, Timeka, and the group 1? You don't have?
We chose Samkele.
Okay, Samkele and Timeka, how do you want us to conduct this? How are we going to conduct this?
Sorry, Miss Linda.
Yes.
Miss Linda, there was we already have a format. It was exchanged between group 1 and group 2. So I think we're just going to follow that flow of the debate.
Yeah, that's okay, Ivana. That's okay. Thank you so much, Ivana. So let me mute my mic. Then we begin. Okay, all the best. Let's begin.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I hope we are well this morning. Group 1 is going to begin with our opening statement. Okay. Today we are discussing a controversial topic about abortion. Here, different values, beliefs will all be traditional, religious, morals, individual beliefs. We ask you to not take it personally. If you are in disagreement of any form, take it as a learning curve and step out of your comfort zone to take this as an opportunity to accept others' different perspectives. In this debate, we as Group 1 will argue in favor of abortion rights, grounded in principle of reproductive freedom, health, and human rights. We believe that individuals, not the governments or institutions, should have the power to decide their own reproductive journey. There are various reasons abortion could put an individual in an advantageous situation. To name a few, aborting a baby after a rape when the mother's life is endangered by the fetus, when the baby will not make it, or when there is the threat of a recurring health issues. Thank you. That was our opening statement. Group 2 can proceed. Guys, did you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yes, we heard you.
There's something that you said, no?
We heard you quite clearly, Samkele, and you ended on saying group 2. You gave the chance now to group 2.
Yes, yes.
Yes, we heard you clearly from the beginning. Thank you.
Okay, so I heard you by saying that abortion, you were for abortion. So what makes you say I heard the reason you said it's about maybe about rape or something like that. So do you think that it's is it a good thing to do abortion regarding the points that you just point out? Do you think it's a good thing to do that?
All right. Thank you for your question later. To answer your question, yes, it is a good thing because this will put the mother, let's take the rape for instance. If the mother has been raped, they are not in the right state physically and emotionally and mostly mentally. There are countless issues that could come from a baby who came from a rape. The mother might not even love that child. They might hate that child just by seeing them. And out of all of that, I don't think a child should be brought into this world without. So I think in that situation, abortion can prove to be best. So to answer your question, yes, I think abortion in those situations is the best solution.
To add on top of Samkele's information, yes, abortion it is the key because firstly, to bring a child into the world, you have to prepare. You cannot just bring a child into the world because you won't be able to feed the child. You won't be able to clothe the child, for example. How can you bring a child into that misery, knowing that you won't be able to take care of the child?
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for this debate that we're having today. So for group 2, we are obviously going against abortion, simply because abortion in its simplest form is the destruction of one individual, the fetus, for the survival of another individual, the mother. And the mother who agrees to taking part in intercourse is an indirect statement of responsibility for the baby. So when it comes, it must be maintained in existence, but this does not make it right for women who have been raped to abort the pregnancies. A study of 164 women who have been raped found that majority of those women who aborted the babies have had majority of those women who had abortions regretted having done so and said that the abortion caused them additional problems. By permitting abortion, we're discarding life that could have brought joy and meaning into the world. Instead, we should work to support and empower individuals who choose life and create a society that values and welcomes every human being. From teenagers to adults, abortion can have significant emotional effects on a person, including guilt, anxiety, depression, and trauma from bleeding, cramping, pains, and not to mention the stigma, isolation, and strained relationships, and the parents being unable to move on or disclose information about the abortion. Abortion goes against moral and ethical principles, opposes family morality and valuing human life, and should not be considered as an appropriate option, especially in today's world where there are a number of options such as adoption, foster care, and support services provided.
Can I please go against Tennille, sorry. So based on the research that my group and I have done, we have found that in a study, it was mentioned that it's also emphasized that the abortions that one take are safe and are legal abortion procedures, as this will also minimize the risk of the physical harm to the mother, as Tennille was mentioning. It also could help to lessen the anxiety and the stress that are related to having to raise a child where you're not in a mental or financial state to do so. It's important that the mother does acknowledge the rare risks that come with abortion, that is, if it is done illegally. But you should also acknowledge that these implications are only with illegal abortions, and the ones that come with legal abortions are relatively rare. So being asked to carry a baby to full term when a mother does not want to could cause even long-term mental consequences, harming the mother and the baby in the process. It is also known that abortion significantly reduces the risks associated with pregnancy and childbirth, such as gestational diabetes, hypertension, rapid blood loss, and death. Thank you.
Okay, I'll respond to that. You make a good point. But first of all, um, even though mostly the like abortions and stuff are safe, there is always the possibility that something can go wrong. And also, like Daniel mentioned, there is a sustained mental like scar that it leaves. Because at the end of the day, you're killing another child, like your own child. You're killing a child, which is like where the bottom line lies. And then also, if you are partaking in adult acts, you should be able to take the responsibility of being an adult. So that means taking care of the child that you like actually like created, and you have to live with that. There's people around you that will help. I know of many people, for example, where their family will like step in or whatever, and then like the grandma will like to like have a grandchild. All of that can happen. So if you partake in adult business, you need to be able to take the responsibility. My question to your group then is, how can you justify terminating a pregnancy when the fetus can feel pain and has a detectable heartbeat when within the mother?
Sino, did you want to add to Brandon, or should we jump to Terran?
Yes, I just wanted to add something. You guys are forgetting the fact that some people do not afford to go to proper healthcare, like they can't afford proper healthcare services, which forces most people to go to illegal places where people can, like, there's the risk of them dying. There's many risks because they cannot afford to get a proper doctor to do the procedure. So yeah, that's the point that I wanted to add.
Just to note, we are like for and supporting legal abortion, and you do get it free sometimes, like at the public clinics and so on and so forth, all for a very low price. We're not trying to encourage abortion, we're trying to just support the fact that it is an option. And I also don't think that, like, maybe you would argue that adoption could be an option, an alternative for abortion, which I don't agree with at all. I don't think that it should be like like an alternative, because there's so much that goes into that. For example, like, the foster care system is not always the best. Not everyone finds loving homes. Not everyone is supported in that. But Shuri, what are you saying? Okay, yeah, so sorry.
My argument was I'm so sorry about that. My argument was, but are you trying to say that giving birth to a life that has great potential to probably be a leader or save lives in their existence or period in this earth is way better than, sorry, pardon me. What I was trying to say is that, are you implying that killing a life or discarding the baby is way better than trying to give them a chance to live, whereas they have potential to make a great impact on the earth? So you rather just kill them rather than just give them away or adopt them or foster care, like you said?
To that, I say that not everyone has the means to raise a child and make them in a way that they are able to change the world for good. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes they actually end up in even worse circumstances, like the foster care system that doesn't always look out for their for children and so on and so forth.
Okay, can I intervene? There's currently 3 points from group 2. I think we should try and tackle Brendan's point of view and then go to Sino's point, and then we try and face Mahloti's point. So I'm going to try to respond to Brandon's point. First of all, Brandon, you make it seem like a choice is the mother is always choosing to abort the child. What happens when the mother's life is in danger by the fetus? That is the point that we've mentioned in our opening statement, that when the mother is in danger, her life is in danger, or there's a threat of recurring health issues to the mother or the baby, and then a mother in such a scenario can have no choice but to abort the baby. And there are stages when it comes to a fetus. When the baby is still a fetus, they cannot be considered a person because they are not even developed yet.
Can
Yeah.
I please add on to Samkele's point to answer Brandon's question about how killing or abortion might be viewed as murder? It
Yes.
is also known that in some Christian, I know many of us are Christian believers, I am, but for the sake of this role play, it is noted that in some religious beliefs, such as Christianity, abortion is viewed as murder, as understood by the scripture Jeremiah 1 verse 5. But we should try to understand and consider the interpretations of this specific, this specific scripture in the Bible, as it does not explicitly state that an embryo is considered life. And we should also take into consideration that other people, not everyone in this world has the same beliefs as Christians. Other religious traditions believe that the ensoulment of a growing embryo only occurs later in a pregnancy, once the heart and the lungs have been developed. And it is also noted that abortions only take place in the first trimester. That is the safe and legal way, as emphasized in the beginning of having an abortion.
Okay, can we try and go back to Sino's point? Sino, what was your point, if you don't mind?
My point was that not everyone can, like, not everyone has access to money to pay for the fees that are being charged at public hospitals. For example, in teenage pregnancy, usually in teenage pregnancy, young girls do it like in secret away from their parents' knowledge, and usually they don't have the money to pay for these things. Therefore, they result in going for the illegal method, which is more risky. They could end up dead, like I've mentioned, because there's many cases that we all know of where young girls have done the illegal route and they've passed on and so forth.
I think Taryn has already tackled that point and saying that we are in full support of the legal side of abortion, not the illegal side. And when it comes to money, there are always public hospitals. I think they do offer free abortions, if I'm not
They do
mistaken.
not offer free abortions over there. There is a fee that they charge.
There's a fee.
Yes.
All right. Ivana, you had your hand up. Did you want to say something?
No, I'm sorry. That was to answer Brandon's point. I forgot to put my hand down. Forgive me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Siamtanda?
guys, can I just mention, are we not debating abortion, the concept as a whole, whether like it's good or bad? Because whether it's good or bad, it still happens, right? It still is what it is.
Yeah, that is the point of what is happening right now. It is the point of what is happening. But now I think like we are discussing, I feel like it's a discussion that we are doing.
Yeah, I sent the format to Sam Kelly yesterday, and I mean, I don't want any issues with you guys, but you guys kind of went off the rails with the way you presented your argument. So things haven't flowed the way they were supposed to, but let's continue. I think it's our turn to speak now, right?
Yes.
Okay, Tamika.
So referring back to what Samkela said about you said something about the fetus not being fully developed. So this is just some facts, pregnancy facts from an website called Focus Family or something regarding those lines. So 4 weeks after fertilization or 4 weeks after having sex, to be blunt, the baby's eyes and limbs are developing and their heart can be viewed on an ultrasound scan. At 10 weeks, a preborn baby's brain is growing, producing almost 250 neurons per minute. And if you want to go into the scientific aspect of things, that means that babies can feel pain because, pain receptors and biology, okay. By 14 weeks, a preborn baby has developed enough coordination to suck its thumb. And then studies have concluded that at 20 weeks, and possibly much earlier, a preborn baby can feel pain. So, yeah, you are killing a child.
To
Sorry, can I
answer
just
you, okay,
sorry.
you can speak, Tanil, it's fine.
Because point, I just want to add, I think she may have forgotten. So, guys, like in saying all of this, like if this wasn't a baby or child in your stomach, would you still be able to, let's say you have a 15-year-old child, would you still be able to kill your 15-year-old child the way you're killing the one in your stomach?
I think that's very different.
No,
I,
but it's not.
but I will ask, like, does this fetus life outweigh the pregnant individual's life? What are your thoughts on that?
I think
Sorry, so
you can go. Okay.
I feel like with that, most of the time, the woman's life is not necessarily endangered by the pregnancy. The woman might not be able to afford raising a child, or she feels ashamed about having a child, or it might be a child or a teenager who fell pregnant and that they don't want to keep the child. So basically, also falling into shame. So you can have that child, carry the child for 9 months and let someone else raise the child, because there are lots of people out there who want this opportunity that you have and you taking it away from them, because there's a chance that that person could get this child that you don't want so badly.
And to also add to Tennille, and also responding to Tyron, we're not necessarily saying that the child's life is more important than the mother. We're just saying that the child's life is just as important. It should also be considered when you're making the decision. Therefore, you can't just dispose of the child as if they don't have rights. And also going back to what you were saying about when we asked about killing a 15-year-old, you said it's not the same. Can I just ask how does it differ? Is that
Well,
still your child? One.
sorry, there's 2 points that's being brought out here by group 2. If I could just answer to Neil's point first. Sorry, senior.
No problem.
If that's okay, you'll be able to answer senior's point. So to Neil, I forgot what you mentioned, but you were speaking about how you like just to carry the baby to full term and something along those lines. I know, I have considered that, our group has considered that during our research, and we have also found that it's everybody has a right. The embryo that you are carrying has a right as well, but that embryo is not born yet. And as a person, you are born with rights, which allows you to have the reproductive autonomy, where you have the right to make the decisions about your body, health, and your future. So no woman should be judged if, again, this is just for role play. No woman should be judged if they decide to, abort the embryo as it's not been yet born. And also to answer the part of carrying the baby to full term. In some rare cases, if a minor had to carry their baby to full term, it can induce a lot of problems with their body, and it might just end in the death of both the mother and the child while trying to give birth. So that is why we consider abortion a safer risk.
Sorry, can I just tackle Ivana's statement there on no one should be judged to kill a baby while they're in the stomach. Last year there was a case of I'm not sure, 15-year-old, this is real life, a 15-year-old who gave birth to a child and immediately killed them. Would you rather defend the girl saying that it's the same as abortion, she had the right to do that, even though the baby was fully formed?
No, not at all.
Can I just add on to what Maslodi said? Firstly, Ivana, and off to what Ivana said. Firstly, we are not saying we're judging any female. You do have rights. You do have, you want to make your own decisions. You can abide by what you want to abide by, your morals, your ethics. That's okay. We're not judging. You're just trying to say there's other options, better ways to preserve a life, because that is a life that you were disregarding right now. And also, you were speaking about the female autonomy. Is the fetus is not a part of the female's autonomy. Therefore, I'm not saying they're mutually exclusive to one another, but therefore I'm saying anything you do to the fetus will most likely affect the mother in a sense. You understand?
Hello, guys. Can I say something? I've been listening to group. I don't think maybe you happen to know that there are health issues that actually forces the mother to abort. There are health issues such as there is something that is called an ectopic pregnancy. You see, it's either you do it or you die. You can't carry that baby for the full 9 months. So the abortion thing, I think for me, it actually depends on the person. And on the health issues side, you can't carry on with the baby while you have an ectopic pregnancy, because you're gonna die, and you're gonna die with that baby, as it ruptures your uterus. So how do you guys justify that you have to give birth to that baby while you know that you're gonna die? So there are health issues that you guys don't consider. It's not always like the mother wants to do an abortion. It's not always about the thing that the mother wants to do an abortion. Sometimes there are health issues that enforces you to do it.
We are not
Can I
saying
say something?
Yes.
Okay, guys. So, we're gonna get back to Zimasa's point. I just wanna answer Sinovuyo. She said something about like no facilities that like does abortion free. They have a fee that they charge, of which I want to oppose on that, because there are healthcare facilities that does abortion free. And then getting back to Tenel's point, I think she said something about carrying the baby for 9 months and then like having the baby adopted after 9 months. After 9 months. So, do you remember that during the 9 months, there's a lot that has to be done? The mother like get to have cravings. They have to have transport fare to go to the clinic for the monthly appointments. So what if it's a teenager that is pregnant and then they need money, they don't have money to go to those appointments? Like, did you look on that? Because it's not that they're gonna fall pregnant and then carry the baby for 9 months and then get it adopted. There's a lot of money that needs to be spent during that period. So what if the teenager doesn't afford that? Thank you.
Can I please answer
okay.
your... Okay, sorry, you can go, Brandon.
Okay. Before I respond to what Kanisa just said, I just wanted to respond to. Actually, I'm not sure who said it, but so we aren't advocating for abortion when it is basically the only option. I mean, like against abortion when it is the only option. Like you guys mentioned, there can be health risks and stuff if the mother won't be able to live afterwards. That is something like unfortunately that is kind of forced upon them. So we do agree with that point that you make, but to respond to Kanisa, it brings it back to the thing that you guys like. Well, the teenager, for example, she took part in adult business, and now you have to live with that consequence. So if you are struggling to get to the hospital, you are struggling to get medication, all of that, that is up to you now. But you took part in the sexual activity, and now you have to live with that. So yeah.
Can I just
Yes.
add to
Can
Brandon's
I
point?
say
Can I just
something?
add on?
So
Okay, can I just
also
add on to
with
what
the
Brandon?
month-to-month things, the mother, first of all, there are women who are pregnant in like rural areas or something, for example, and they don't have proper healthcare access, right? They don't go to doctors, for example. They don't get medication. They get checked maybe by an older woman. Even if they don't have an older woman, some don't get checked at all. They don't get medications. They have cravings, but they don't have money to afford those cravings. They won't die without the cravings. They won't die without the medication. As long as they're eating and living a relatively healthy lifestyle, they will be able to maintain their pregnancy. It's not a must that they actually, it's better to go to the clinic. So if there are problems, they can pick it up earlier. But it's not to say that if they don't go to the clinic, they're gonna die.
And also
Daniel,
add on to what, can I just say something? To add on to what Tennille said about not everyone, I think she did say not everyone has access to healthcare and all this other nonsense. You guys said the same thing about no, sorry, referring back to what we said earlier. Also, not everybody has access to abortion. Do you guys understand how much abortion actually costs? Like, do you understand the procedure you have to go through? It's a lot of money as well. So just going back to that point as well. And also, I'm also
Clinics
not saying that everyone
provide
has
free
access to
abortion.
technology or anything like that. But because technology is so advanced today, the fetus can, in some after a few weeks or so, live outside of the womb. Like you can literally take your fetus outside of your womb and it can live outside of your womb. That's just how advanced technology is today. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
To answer Brandon's point about how a teenager decided to, get involved in adult activities, or let's say marriage related activities, that is considered, yes. And as a woman or as a girl, it's important that we emphasize that she has the right to do whatever she wants with the body, whether she's harming herself or not. She did actually read through the procedure, and she has to know the consequences that come with illegal abortions. And that she just has to take into consideration. And also, not every girl that partakes in sexual activities decided to do it themselves. We're also considering the ones that had to go through rape.
And if
can I attend here?
Okay, it's fine.
Can I go first?
You may go. It's okay, babe.
You mentioned that there are those people that actually don't have access to the healthcare facilities in rural areas, but then they can be taken care of by the. I disagree, because you see, when you are pregnant, there are times whereby you need to go to the scans, see the development of the baby. So how are those women gonna see that the baby is developing very well when they don't have access to the proper scan things and technology? So in that case, I think it's fair for the person to be allowed to abort, because that person is not even sure if that baby will come out like fine. Maybe that baby will be disabled or come out with other health issues, you see. And to go to Sino's point, Sino, there are public hospitals that actually do the abortion for free. So at public hospitals, you don't pay anything to the abortion.
Sorry, can I just answer Zimasa? I did say right before you spoke that regarding the entire, not everyone has access to health because it's expensive and everything. Abortion is just as expensive, or sometimes even more, because, like I said, it's a procedure. You are
it's everyone would argue and say it's a medical procedure, terminating a pregnancy. But if you actually were to Google or search up, act of violence or whatever it is, a forceful act or, harm towards another living or human or breathing being, which you are doing. But my main point is just it is as expensive or just as, more expensive. Not everybody has access to abortion, just as not everybody has access to um, medical technology. Yeah, so thank you.
Zinasa?
Tamika, we just explained that there are hospitals and clinics that assist with free abortion, so it's not always the case. And if I'm gonna speak personally, I had an abortion and I did it for free at a hospital, and I wasn't worried about anything like afterwards. I was happy that I did it because I wasn't ready to be a mother. And yes, I did have unprotected sex, but at the end of the day, it's my choice and it's my body to make the decision.
Can I please
Can I
respond?
just
I've been trying to speak. Okay, Sina. One, I want to respond to Zimasa. Zimasa, in your scenario, you're speaking about a teenager that can't afford healthcare, that doesn't have access to healthcare. If this teenager you're speaking about doesn't have access to healthcare, how are they able to access healthcare for abortion if they can't access healthcare to go do the scans for the pregnancy? That's a bit confusing to me. And also, to speak to Joanne, I'm so sorry that I'm going to be commenting on a personal situation, but do you not feel that you were being irresponsible? You just said that you were partaking in unprotected sex and you fell pregnant. So do you not think that when you do something, there are consequences and you're supposed to take responsibility as a young adult? For you to have an abortion after knowingly partaking in sex without protection, you are being irresponsible, and then you go further and terminate the pregnancy to basically run away from the responsibility of having to take care of the child, because yes, you were not um like you said, prepared to have a child, but you knew that there was a good chance that you would fall pregnant when when you are having unprotected sex. So it goes to the question that I want to ask you guys. What are you guys' views on abortion being used as a birth control rather than a last resort?
Sinabu,
Okay,
you're my
Sino,
love.
sorry.
Can I
Okay,
respond
okay.
to you?
Sino,
I was
just to answer
young and
on
I
the
didn't have much education on sex, and no one spoke to me about sex. My parents never spoke to me about sex. So as a teenager, 15 years old, I wasn't ready to take on the responsibility of having a baby. And at the end of the day, when you're a young teenager, you make mistakes, and that was a mistake for me. And then I got the opportunity to do the abortion, so it's still my right to do the abortion. No one can say I'm wrong for doing it.
Guys,
I'm
guys, I'm
not
so
supposed to
sorry.
stay with the baby.
Guys, I'm so sorry, but I feel like this is getting a bit too personal. Can we just get back on track and actually focus on the topic at hand? Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Tanis.
let's try to
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
close
Okay,
down.
can I just say one
Because
last
that's
thing?
getting personal, guys.
Sorry,
yeah,
in
it
Let's
was
start
general.
proceeding our statement.
Okay, can I just go back just in general before you guys can answer the question that I've asked?
Can
In
I first
general,
answer your question or your
can
points, regarding Zemasa's point, Zemasa's views
can you
about
answer
teenagers?
after?
Mm?
Can you tell on Delinde, and then you can answer afterwards, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Um, in like going back to the question that I've put on the table of how abortion is being used as a birth control or, rather than a last resort. I fail to understand how it is normalized that teenagers are able to do things without having knowledge in, and then it's also okay for them to then like use a like take an abortion. For example, if you do not have knowledge in something, why are you partaking in it? Don't you think that we should really focus on informing teenagers so that they can make better decisions, so that we to have this argument, and this birth control situation can only be used as a last resort in terms of health complications. That is what my team and I are trying to fight. The fact that we have normalized abortion as a birth control measure instead of a last resort when a person is fighting for their lives.
And then I just want to say something again regarding the entire the all clinics that provide free help when it comes to abortion and everything. I'm pretty sure you guys are referring to the first 2 or week of being pregnant, or the first few days, which is what they would like to call the abortion pill, which is free. But actually, the procedure in itself that has to cost at least money. And if you are gonna do illegal abortions, that is going to result in a much better, death risk, health issue, all this other negative impacts and regarding factors. So thank you. And I think one of my group members would like to ask a question.
Just to, okay. I think that our points have been exhausted as group one. So to avoid turning this into a very personal and very sensitive, deep intended argument, I think it is safe to say that group one's points are exhausted, and that you guys clearly stated out the main important points of why abortion is, why you guys are against it, and we fully acknowledge that, and we thank you for your participation. To avoid this getting any worse deep, as somebody said, this is going to turn into World War 10. We thank you for your patience and for allowing us to have this debate. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, thank you, Ivana. Then group two, have you exhausted your points? Then if group two has exhausted their points, then we all groups, all parties make closing arguments.
I just have
Ma'am, we haven't exhausted our points.
Brandon hasn't exhausted his points. What are you trying to say, Brandon?
I have a question. It's Abdul speaking.
Okay.
Can you guys justify and disparity the rights between a born child and a preborn child, given both are human beings, and doesn't this disparity contradict the fundamental principle of equal protection under the law? Doesn't this contradiction underline the moral and legal foundations of human rights? And shouldn't we re-examine our stance to ensure that all human beings, regardless of their development stage, are treated with dignity and respect? That's my question.
We have exhausted our points, Abdul.
So Abdul, change that into a statement, not a question, Abdul.
It was a question.
No, I'm saying change it to a statement, not a question. We have exhausted our points. We want to put a closing statement now.
Okay, then we should just come to a conclusion.
Oh, so you guys are tapping out.
Well, no, we're not tapping out.
We're waving the white flag.
No, let me talk. We're not tapping out, but because what we've realized is that group two values moral high ground more than individual beliefs. So me as an individual, I do not matter. It doesn't matter what I believe in. It doesn't matter if how I want to live my lifestyle. To you guys, abortion is wrong as long as it's based on moral high ground, not individual belief. If it's individual belief, that abortion is wrong. But if it's moral high ground, then that that abortion is right. That's what you guys are saying. So
Okay. To respond to that, it sounds more like you didn't listen to anything that we said, because we clearly stated that you can do with your body whatever you want. It's within your right. And this isn't about moral high grounds or anything. We are looking at the facts. And the fact is that at the end of the day, you are killing a child. So that's the bottom line. You can do with your body what you want, but this is our like case. We were just debating about the thing, and if you did listen to what we said, we did say that you have your rights. So just to like respond to that.
So
It's
we
not
are
a
rights
child,
that
it's a
will judge us
Thank
all.
you,
fetus. It's
Brandon.
not a
Thank you,
child.
Sampele.
A
Thank you,
fetus, not a
everyone.
child. A
So, as
fetus
group
is not
one,
a
I would like
child.
to make
Ivana,
my closing
Ivana is
statement.
done. Ivana
Can
is
we
done.
please
Guys,
make a
guys,
closing statement?
okay. Let's close it. Let's close
As
it.
group one, we do acknowledge the points that group two has brought
Love
out about being
one.
against abortion, and
We
we really
thank
do
you,
appreciate the
group
discussion that
two.
we just had. And as group one, we do stand firm, okay, for role play purposes, not individual beliefs, that abortion is still a choice that people are able to make themselves, and whether it's for the health of themselves or for their family, or whether they choose to do it because they're just not ready to be a parent yet, it's their decision. And thank you for bringing out so much important points. We've learned a lot. Thank you for this debate. It was really nice.
We just have a closing statement since you guys are waving in the white flag. Daniel, you can go ahead.
First of all, guys, I want to say thank you to group two. Group one. Thank you to group one and Miss Linda for giving us this lovely opportunity to present our information. We hope that it did bring a lot of light into aspects that people didn't know about. And we hope that you guys also know now that, like they always told us, actions have consequences. Whether they're good or bad, you have to deal with those consequences. Just like intercourse has pregnancy, you have to deal with that pregnancy. You don't have to take the route of abortion because there are other resources that will help you. Yes, we understand that there may be medical reasons whereby people have to resort to abortion, but if that is not the case, there should be other options before choosing abortion. You are choosing a life, you are helping another life. You're bringing life into this world, just like you were brought into this world. And as humans, that's why we are here, to bring life into the world, not to take it from it. Thank you.
But it's your right to do it.
All right. Thank you,
Guys,
group. Thank you, group two. Also, thank you to group one. Thank you to Ma'am Linda. This is our closing statement. Dear my unborn child, please find it in your heart to forgive me. I'm not chasing you away. I am simply asking you to wait. Wait for me to be ready. Wait for me to heal. Wait for me to be a better person. I'm not saying I do not love you. I am simply asking you to be patient. Let me build a world for you, a world where we can both love and cherish. Until then, wait for me, my beloved. And that is why we, as Group 1, are for abortion. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
I'm
guys.
waited an adoption center. That's
Guys,
cool.
it's finished now. It's finished.
Okay.
Guys,
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Ma'am Linda.
Okay.
Ma'am, are we
Yes,
done for the day,
Ma'am
ma'am?
Linda.
Oh, yes, I'll get to you. I'll answer you, Brenton. We say, Ma'am Linda.
It's me, Snovio.
Yes, Novio.
Ma'am, can I please just take this moment to apologize to Joanne? I do feel like I was a bit out of line in my response, and I am really sorry for that. Next time I'll try to hold myself back. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sinovia, but I didn't feel offended. You were right, man. Like, you made your point, so don't worry about it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Snowview and Joanne, for making peace with each other. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, class. You executed this well. It was beyond my expectations. You executed it well. Thank you for all the effort. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. I thought now, after the debate, we are going to go back to our groups. Then we answer those questions. Or you want to do it another day? Then we.
Yeah, we can do that on Monday or something, ma'am.
On Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ace, can
ma'am,
you
we can
please
do it
give
on
us time
Monday.
to process this? This was a very hectic topic, and
Yeah.
it almost resulted in
We
millions
love
of
you,
cake
Group
breaking,
1. We love
so we
Okay,
need
you.
to
on
break
Monday,
through,
how are
ma'am.
you going to do it? Okay, so on Monday,
It's a
then
group
it
name.
means how are you going to do it? Because the Joburg group will be there. How are we going to do this on Monday?
We're gonna go
Doesn't
to
We
our
can do
separate.
it
And then we
over
can
a
do
group
it through
name.
the
We can go to our
weekend.
we'll find a way
separate.
throughout the weekend, ma'am. We still have 2 more days to think about it. So we'll figure something by Sunday and then
Okay,
tell you Monday morning.
okay, no problem, no problem. It's okay. You just tell me if you want your groups to be opened after the class or when you are doing the work, because mainly we are going to just be doing the Monday. I'll give you time to do these assessments. So you tell me whether you want the groups to be opened. Then Monday I'll excuse you out of class and tell Mr. X or Mr. Sibonelo to open them. While the
Okay,
Memo,
others are
thank you
busy.
very much.
Memo, we done for the day.
Yes, yes, we are done for the day. But did you sign the register?
There's no
Not yet,
register
ma'am.
left.
We can just wait for
Okay,
the register so that we can
you have
sign
to
out.
wait for it. Let me phone Mem Pascalina or Mem Simpiwe. Okay,
Ma'am,
after
later.
you sign, then you'll be done for the day. Let me phone them
You're such a
and hear
darling,
what
man.
Hey, group 2.
Group 2, you came with fire. Yo, I have to wait my
There was
days, right?
war.
Hi guys.
There was
We had,
war.
But
we had
that
way
was
more in
the
store for you guys.
I'm
We
gonna
had
be
extra
shut
Brandon.
points.
group 2.
Down,
Let me shut
Baba.
you
Hey,
down.
Brandon.
Man.
It was
Janelle.
World
Hi
War
guys.
Ten.
Propaganda. Yo.
But guys, you
Yeah,
didn't answer my
Wow.
question.
So
Yo.
let's do
Propaganda.
something like abortion.
I'm gonna shoot them down.
We had so many questions that we didn't
Naguya,
ask you guys.
Usu Hunter, he's upset.
Don't ask. Don't ask any
Guys,
question.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I see, no, you were on fire.
This
You
is why I
wanted
hate
everything on
debating.
flames today.
This is why I don't like these
Ula,
debating.
nasindo,
guys.
olungaga.
Yay.
Ula, olungaga,
I
msemo.
just want to say, I just want to say, sorry. Back to Terrence's point.
My point. What did I say?
I'm so embarrassed.
Just imitating what Sinabuya was saying earlier.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god.
Right, you had us there.
Never again.
You guys had us there with the
firewall.
complications.
Group 1 for who? Group 1 going away.
Guys, let's go for round 2. Round 2, anyone?
Aye. No more.
Another
That's
topic,
so
not the
No
same
more.
one.
It's right, Gogo. The grand.
Better than right. Ilwile, man. Yo.
Yes, right,
Can
go.
do one with Mr. X. Why?
Okay, we
Who's
are
against and for?
just waiting for Mem Simpiwe to send us the register. Yes,
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
thank you. Or just a funny comment which does not relate to the debate, which does not relate to any group, that at least here in South Africa, you are lucky that abortion is legalized. Where I come from, abortion is a crime. You are put in jail for abortion. The doctor or the person who assisted you in aborting is also it's a criminal offense. Okay. Let's just wait for
Yeah,
now.
so you must move to South Africa, my
Guys,
nigga.
imagine if this debate was
No,
actually
I'm
taken
not
place in
discussing.
South
I'm
Africa.
just putting my comment, not related to what transpired.
Let's move to South Africa.
Move to
But
South
Lucinda,
Africa.
what did you think about the debate?
I've already passed
You
the
see,
age
Ma'am
of
Linda, here in South
debate.
Africa, even if you taking abortion, you're making us easy. You're reducing the poverty status
Population.
Yeah,
and the
where I
popularity
come
of
from, there are
people.
also difficult.
You guys are
but
so
then
dark.
we experience a lot of difficult, but still it's a criminal offense. Yes, still like it's just a yes. We also experience difficulties. That's why people are migrating all over.
But I
But
mean, and if you're gonna
it's still a
die and
criminal
you need to
offense.
and you need to abort,
You must what?
what if you're gonna die and you need to abort?
What? No, you know what now? Those people, it happens. You're not going to die, but it happens for those who use not, because it's illegal. People tend to go to ladies or what, those old ladies who say, I can do it, I can do it. Then they are given whatever they are given there. Then that's what leads them to dying now, because it's illegal. Some they can go to doctors, but once the doctor is caught as well, that is what they did, and it's a criminal offense. So that thing which is making it illegal now, it causes deaths as well. That you die because you've gone to an old mama who says she can abort, you lose a lot of blood. It happens a lot that people are dying because of that as well. Yes. So what were you meaning when you said, what if you're gonna die because it's only legal?
I think Joanne is asking, ma'am, what if like it's between like life and death, like you have to abort
no,
or
in
otherwise
ectopic,
you're gonna die.
Yes, in ectopic pregnancies, it's allowed back home because the doctor justifies that ectopic pregnancy. It's allowed, that one. Yes, but yourself now going to an old mom, how did you see that it was an ectopic? In such circumstances, like when people go to doctors and the doctor justifies, or in hospitals, that is allowed. They don't say die. If it's an ectopic, it's not a criminal offense, but the doctor has to justify that, okay, I did a scan and this is ectopic. On that, I cannot lie. Back home, you're allowed to abort. The doctor allows you to abort. And in some circumstances where you are seen, you are not fit to carry a healthy pregnancy, because you can force yourself to be saying, I'm pregnant, and you're happy, but the pregnancy will be what will not will compromise your health, and also the doctors think of the kids we are going to leave behind. In that case, it is allowed back home. What I'm saying is, like, let's say these teenagers and everyone, yes, I think the register is here, like just going and aborting. I think you understand the meaning of what I'm trying to say.
Yes, ma'am. But must I rather have a child who's gonna go barefooted with a torn clothes because I can't afford the child instead of aborting the child? I'm joking.
It happens a lot back home. It happens, and even like you see, like a person like in 40s, and the daughter is 16 years. A person like 42, and they're already what, grandmoms, because maybe my daughter like had a teenage pregnancy. That's what now we experience like back home, because abortion is not what allowed in case of like those things I mentioned, health reasons and all. In that case, you see like people in early 40s,
sorry, ma'am,
42,
Linda, to
yeah, they're a
interrupt you.
grandmother. Yes.
The register, guys, is already issued on the chat. You can sign
Okay,
it.
thank you so much, Sibusiso. Thank you so much for the day, class. Have a beautiful weekend and see you Monday. On Monday,
Same to
you
you,
inform me,
ma'am.
because Monday I'm just in. Oh, okay. Monday, I'm not going to be available. I'm taking my triplets for immunization. Monday, I'm not going to be available. So what you are going to do Monday, I'm going to allow them to just send the register so that you sign. Then you log out of the class, so not to waste it. I'll ask Ma'am Mavis if it's rather than you spending the whole time in class without doing anything. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, Monday I'm not going to be available. We'll meet on Tuesday. Have a blessed weekend and
Bye,
take care.
guys.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye. Have a good weekend,
Bye.
everybody.
Okay,
Everyone.
bye. Have a good day. So Monday I'm going to ask for the register to be sent. Once you sign, you out. Monday you can log in the class, but I'll ask them to send the register early. Then once you sign, you can log out. Bye, everyone. Have a beautiful weekend. Stay blessed.
You too, ma'am.
Guys, are we done? Are we leaving the meeting?
How are you, mommy?
Done. Did you see the register?
Yeah, I signed the register. Okay,
Yes,
guys,
we're
for people in my
done
group,
for
we
today.
didn't lose. We just tried to avoid a very big argument. Thank you guys for all your relevant points. Goodbye.
I see no one day
Bye.
to end of the world, so you will do.
I think Monday we should do that. The questions in my group, ne? Group 1.
Yeah.
On that time, Miss Linda is not here. Then we can do the questions.
Yeah, I think we should. At least if she's not here, we can have time to discuss everything.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.
So.
Ibe register, guys. Hayibo. Texwaka.
Oh, okay, late. Say till to you.
Yo, amachita kanenzeni, Joe.
Oh, wait. Hayi mandikusedela.
Moja noma ungithumela kwa-WhatsApp kula number yami. Kanye apha.
Akho ncaza ngithumela kule. Ima eyiphi le ubusandoyitshintsha okanye le indala.
Le bendisanoyitshintsha nje yami.
Okanye masike ndiyipaste apha qha mfethu.
Istaba mfethu ndikhawuleze ndiyinantsika apha ngongoku.
Ya ndiyifake.
Danke njami ndiyayibona.